guys, welcome back. It's Shelby. Can you believe it is already October? Oh my gosh, I can't. I feel like I just started this channel and that was like back in May. So apparently I've been doing it for a few months. But happy fall, everyone. Today I wanted to do a fall kind of Halloween inspired craft. It's going to be a centerpiece for a table, but in doing that, it's going to be decorative pumpkins. So today I'm decorating pumpkins. I love jack-o'-lanterns, don't get me wrong, but I have moved away from them in recent years just because it's a big mess, and they're more outside things. So today I'm going to be using mini pumpkins. I've got some cool ones here. This one's got some cool colors, some white ones, some orange ones, and then another smaller version that's got the multicolor on it. So today I'm going to be glamorizing those for a centerpiece for the table using a few cool things that maybe you wouldn't necessarily automatically associate with pumpkin decorating. Things like strip gems, crayons, other of these spiky gems. They're like little diamond type things. And pretty duct tape. That's right, that's what we're using today. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll link everything you need down in the description below if you want to steal some of the looks. But I thought this was a great craft to start getting me in the mood for Halloween and getting the table pretty. It's also just kind of a fall craft. So I'm excited for that. I will link everything you need in the description along with my socials. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you'd like to see more, and we'll get into it. So for the first pumpkin, I'm using this one. It's orange with some kind of green patches on it. It's very cool looking. I have my glitter and sequin glue, which if you don't have this, just use like Elmer's, that's fine. And basically I'm just going to be putting a little dot, oops, that, or a big dot, and bringing it down just like that. It is a little drippy, so watch it that it doesn't drip out on you, but basically what I'm doing is just getting things that look like they're melting and running down. I don't want to cover up too much of the green, and because this is a cool colored pumpkin, I don't want to, you know, like make it too distracting. Like I want you to see the orange and the green, like nature did a good job on it. You should admire it. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of pizzazz to it without like completely destroying the look of the pumpkin. So super fast, just run some lines of glue down the sides of the pumpkin. And I'm not going in the creases either. I'm going like on the higher mounds, but oh, how do I do this without getting my finger? There we go. Perfect. And now what I'm going to do for this is just throw as much black glitter on it as I can, but I'm gonna switch the camera angle so you can see that. I might actually just bring the glue in a little bit more as well, just right in here. Really give it something to adhere to. Just like that. So I'm gonna work fast to get my paper plate set up because I did not do that earlier, and I don't want the glue to dry. And I'll switch the camera angle so you can see the glitter. Okay, so I have my pumpkin with my glue. This is just a vial of black glitter. And I'm gonna be really generous with this because anyone who's worked with glitter knows that's absolutely the best way to do it. Just kind of pour it on anywhere there's glue. The excess will shake off on the paper plate and you can collect it later. So there's no real trick or rhyme or reason to this. Basically, if it's white glue, just dump the glitter on top of it. I do have to spin the pumpkin kind of upside down and sideways to get all the parts. So if you don't want to get your hands goopy, maybe do it in sections, but it's really not that bad and the glue just washes right off. So when it's all done and set, just make sure to leave it to dry because the glue does take a little bit to dry. So you might want to do this one first. For this next pumpkin, it's going to be the white pumpkin with the crayons. I have sky blue, macaroni and cheese orange, red, and Granny Smith apple green. So for this next one, I thought it was pretty cool. I am unwrapping all of the crayons first and then breaking them into pieces. And at this point, I'm just kind of setting them out because I wasn't 100% sure which colors I wanted, and I wanted to make sure they went well together. So I'm just peeling them, breaking them, and just kind of setting them out exactly how I want them. And then once they are set out, that's when you're going to pull out the hairdryer. You can see it plugged in the back. I kept it on low, but I put it on high heat. And then basically just kind of melt part of the crayon and stick it to the top. Almost like you're gluing itself to it because it's wax, so it's melting. And basically just do that for all of them, kind of recreate the pattern you made originally. Or if you don't want to lay them out to start with, just wing it. But basically get all of the crayons up on the top there. And then carefully, so you don't blow it everywhere. You can see it kind of went over the table anyway, but carefully blow it with the hairdryer so the crayons melt and kind of create this drippy, droppy paint effect. Okay, we're back for stage 2 of the crayon pumpkin. Look how cool this is. Super cool. So it's just like really colorful, kind of paint-esque dripping down a white canvas, but it's not blingy enough. So this is where the strip gems come in. Many different sizes to choose from. I'm gonna do a couple of big ones, just pull them off. They're adhesive on the back. And basically, just rip one off the strip. And wherever you want, just put it. Just like that. Try and get them relatively even. It's hard to do on pumpkin because it's a curved surface and the backs of these gems are flat, but super cool. Just kind of takes it up a notch. Now imagine these two in low light because, you know, it's a table decor. So with like the paint dripping down and then the gems reflecting. Super, super, super pretty. This one's a little low. There we go. They're pretty adjustable. And then I need 2 more. So no matter what angle you view it from, it's very nice. All right, so that's one pumpkin done. The glitter one's already drying still. Let's move on to our duct tape pumpkin. So basically I want to do this one because I have a lot more white pumpkins than I have orange pumpkins. One of my orange pumpkins is gonna have like this black drippy stuff on it. One of my white pumpkins is colorized. I have another white pumpkin, and then I have this kind of cool looking one. So this one I'm gonna sacrifice because it's a good shape. Like it's got the little stem, it's very cute. It's the perfect pumpkin shape, but not necessarily the color I need. So we're duct taping it. And I have this really cool kind of fleur-de-lis / chandelier print duct tape, which I think is awesome. It's also that black-white kind of, it's kind of like a more elegant aesthetic, but it's also very Halloween. So I'm excited for that. And yeah, I'm gonna change the camera angle to make it a little bit easier to view, and we'll start doing this one. So for this, all you're gonna need is your pumpkin, your decorative duct tape, and scissors. This pumpkin's pretty easy. Just pull off a strip of duct tape that you think is going to roughly go from the top to the bottom of the pumpkin. Push it down like that. Leave the edges out a little bit. You can see where they naturally kind of want to bubble around the curve of the pumpkin. Just cut tiny little slits there. And what I did was did probably about 2 to 3 in each side, and I pushed the top and the bottom in first and then wrapped the middle ones outside of it. I thought that looked a little bit better, but you can do it kind of however you want. There's no real rhyme or reason. I did leave a gap in between each of the strips of tape. Again, that's personal preference. You can definitely just loop the tape back on itself if you want your entire pumpkin to be patterned. But for me, because I was using real pumpkins, I thought it was kind of important to show like at least a little bit of the pumpkin, because otherwise, like, what's the difference between that and a plastic pumpkin? Like, nobody would have believed that it wasn't just a plastic pumpkin. And the point of it is to show that you actually put in some effort and are decorating this pumpkin. So that is what I wanted to do, just leaving a little gap in between. But this went on pretty quickly. You just kind of cut the strips of tape. Not all of them even need little slices cut into them. Just kind of go with what it needs. So even just with the duct tape, it's super cute. You could totally leave it how it is, but I want it to be just a little bit extra, and I think some gems will complement the white and black aesthetic we have going on. So in the open spaces of the pumpkin, I'm just putting on 4 of the adhesive strip gems in each little gap there, just to give it a little extra sparkle. I think that the chandelier kind of motif of the tape, you need a little bit crystals next to it. The great thing about the strip adhesive crystals is if you break them apart, you can just put a couple on. Nobody has to know. But yeah, turned out awesome. Look how cute that is. Alrighty, and for the last pumpkin we're doing a little bit of hot glue, a little bit of diamond studded crystals, and we're going to make ourselves a spiked pumpkin. Just put the pointy side up, the flat diamond side down. So this one's probably the easiest to do. It's literally just putting dollops of hot glue on the pumpkin and pushing the diamonds in spike side out. I'd say the hardest part of it is just making sure that you don't get too overly zealous with how many drops of glue you can get the diamonds in before it starts hardening. I did that a couple times. You can see here I'm doing like 5, and I'd say maybe that's about the maximum I could get. If you have a really high temp heat gun, you might be able to, but yeah. So here we have our finished beauties. We've got the black drippy, super glittery black glitter over natural orange and green pumpkin. We've got the melted crayon art with some bedazzling gems on a drippy background over a white pumpkin. We've got our duct tape couture with a little bit of bling pumpkin. Super cute, love that. And which might actually be my favorite of all, the spiked pumpkin. I kind of wanted this to look like heavy metal goth, but instead it just reminds me of, like, you know, pop princess Britney Spears pumpkin. I love it. It's awesome. Alright, you guys, are you ready for the final reveal? I think you are. Ta-da! Ooh, that's heavier than I thought it was. Belated ta-da! Look how cute that is. So if you know me, you know I like to leave, let's see if I can do this one-handed, a couple natural ones in there just for the contrast. That is very heavy. I will put some pictures at the end, but I cannot hold it anymore. But I do like to leave a couple natural pumpkins in there, so I left the orange one and the white one that's got orange on it, and the rest are totally done up and bedazzled and glittered and decorated, and I love them. I'm so happy with how it turned out. If you're happy with how it turned out too, don't forget to hit the like button. Please feel free to subscribe if you'd like to see me later. As I said earlier, I will list everything you need along with my socials, along with the description, and I got a couple pictures coming up next. Thanks. Bye.